Hello everyone and welcome to episode 5 of PowerApps for business users and consultants. In this episode, we will talk about some easy hacks which will make yours and your users' life much easier. So let's have a quick look. So I'm talking about pop-ups which will have conditions. We'll talk about how to launch another website or an app. We will also talk about how to make dynamic heading or make your dynamic titles on PowerApps instead of making them like the static ones. We'll look at many-to-many relationships, and we'll look at two very important functions which are relate and unrelate. I've combined it because it's like the same class kind of thing. Coming up right after the intro. Alright, so here we start. I've already talked about the five topics we are going to be talking about today. But my slide says turn your users into app advocates. So basically what I'm trying to say is turn them loyal towards your Power App, because if you provide them such good features, they would be happy to use it. So that's why. So number one we have is pop-ups. So let's have a look at it. I'll quickly switch to end my slideshow and switch to my Power App. So last time we were building our own app. In the same app, I've got a new service request screen. Okay, so what we are going to do is, and we'll try to make it a bit funny. So you can see expected resolution date on my screen. So if somebody tries to fill a date, which is today or yesterday and not tomorrow, we'll try to show a pop-up which will be telling the user that let's be realistic, it can't be fixed yesterday or today, so put a realistic date in. So that's how we are doing it. You don't have to necessarily use the same message, you can use anything. So there are two things to it again. It's not necessary that you use a button or a label or an icon from here. You can even include your own image for this. So we'll do both of them. So let us first quickly do icon. So let's do message. There's no message. Okay, let's do this one, document, and put it here, make it a bit bigger so they can see it. Okay, so maybe like this, and then on top of that, or maybe we have a text selection here. No. On top of that, we'll have to put a label. So put a label, put it there, and say, let's be realistic, and enter an appropriate date. Okay. So we've done that. Okay, so we went to that. We have got something like a pop-up, and this might be not visible in a good way, but we will still try it. Okay, so now what we have to do is click on your icon and just say make it visible. We will say make it visible only when our expected resolution date is here and date value 1. So when date value 1 is less than or equal to today, then show it, okay? So that's what we are saying. And also you'll have to copy the formula and go to the label, click on the label and make its visibility the same. So basically they must be in sync, so we are setting both of them with the exact same formula. So that's there. Now we will try it out. Click here. Obviously the date is filled as today, so we are able to see it. Let's change the date. It's gone. And anytime they're trying to enter, let's say 3rd, it's visible. Today, it will be visible. But if they're entering a realistic date, which is not today or in the past, it will be hidden. So that's a pop-up for you. Now let's try another way. Change the date here to 4. And you must ask me why I'm doing that so I can see it. Okay, now we'll get rid of the icon. And what we're going to do is put an image. And the image is blank pop-up. Okay, so that's our pop-up. We'll put it here and then text on top of that and reorder it, bring to front. So that's there and that's there as well. Now you can move it around. So I've just moved it. Okay, let's see. Now we have to enter the same formula on the image as well. So the visibility of the image would be this as well. And now if I click on play, see what happens. It's gone. And if I say forward, it will say, let's be realistic and enter an appropriate date. So there you go. That's easy as, and I'm just trying to show one formula. There can be so many formulas, and obviously I can't do it over a video, but on visibility of these icons or images and labels, you can put the formula and it will start working. So whatever message you want there. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 was launching a website. So for that, what we can do is, okay, so let's do it here like this. And so on select of home, we are saying navigate to home. Now we are going to change this formula and we will say launch. So that's the only thing you need to do. As and when you select launch, it shows you enter a URL that will be launched. So basically the use case can be, I can actually show it to you in the next tab. I have that use case. So basically, let's say I'm on my app 1 and I all of a sudden need to go to app 2. So you can provide the app URL here and it will take you to the other app. Or you want to search something on Google, so you can have a button right from here and it will open the browser on your mobile app or web app, wherever you're accessing it. Now the trick here is, you can see here on the screen, what it does is it doesn't talk about inverted commas, right? So launch and then it says address. That's it. So if I type in here, let's say google.com, and I close the bracket, you will see that it's giving me an error, right? So the reason is because you have to put it like this, right? And then it should be okay. So if I do that and then try to click here, see, it immediately opens another web page. Now the use case, I can show it to you, it's quite good. If I can go to one of my apps. All right, So in this app, you can see I've got a settings button and I'm here. If I click on settings, it takes me actually to the settings of my D365. So customization area, settings, business administration area. So I put that in as the URL because you clearly can get the URL. So this URL, that's what I've done here. All right, and if you're not logged into it, you'll have to log in again, obviously. So that's that, see? So that's open. Cool. So that was number 2. Number 3 was, I'll have to look at it. Yeah, so dynamic heading and title. Now, well, where are we coming from to this one? All right, yeah. So I think from here we are going. All right, so when we are here, what we need to do is, in order to make it dynamic, so you can see in the text area, we have got new service request. Now, if I want to do, let's say the name of the person who is raising the ticket, what we can do is say, and user fine. Okay, and what we'll do is say for and add a space here itself, and that's it, and that's it. So you might not be able to see it. Let's expand it. So if the layout wasn't like this, you would have seen it. So let me just quickly change the app layout. Landscape, apply, go back. All right, you can obviously now see it, right? So that's your dynamic heading and title. So there, right? So every time whosoever logs in, this will keep changing, right? A good example I can show you on another one. Same formula, I've not changed anything, but still it looks much better. So you can see it says make a selection, and then it says security roles for. So if I click here, it immediately changes the title or the heading, right? And let me just go to some other screen. All right, yeah. So you can see here it says users with field service admin role. Now if I change it to this, it changes here with field service dispatcher role. So that's what I meant by dynamic heading and title. So if I click here and go to text, you can see it's the same. You add your text, and I add the space with my text itself, and then you say and or ampersand, and then whatever you want to show there, the dynamic bit. So that's that. Now, number 4 is many-to-many relationships, so how to show them. So we'll quickly do it here. We'll add a new screen. All right, and then we will add a data. So a good example here, I'm working on it today itself, could be users and security roles, right? That's a many-to-many relationship. If you don't believe me, go and check it. Okay, so we'll add users, and we'll also add security roles, and that's done. Now we are going to add a gallery, and I'm adding a blank vertical, and I'm saying that's my users. All right, so that's my user gallery. Now you must be thinking I've added users, but it shows nothing. That's because my layout is blank. So I'll pick up title. So if I pick up title, it just shows me names. Now we will add one more blank gallery, and we will say these are my security roles, right? And again, it's blank. We will say title only, and that's there. We'll move it on the right. Okay. So what I'm going to show you is we're going to filter a many-to-many relationship gallery, okay, or a grid if you come from the 365 background. So right now all it is doing, you can see under items, it's showing you security roles. So there's no filter, right? You can see all users and you can see all security roles. What we're going to do is change it. So you might want to ask me that what's the difference between a not many-to-many relationship gallery when we put in, is there a difference in the filter? No, there is not. It still filters with the help of the relationship name, so that's fine. But why we are doing this, so that then I can show you relate and unrelate and how easily you can do it. So that's why I'm doing this one. So I've just removed security roles from here. All we need to do is, so we want to filter security roles based on the user selected on the screen. So we will say gallery 3 dot selected and dot the relationship name, which is system user role. So there's just one with system user with double R, so select that. And that's all you need to do. So here, I'll just go and change the field to name. That's it. So close it and try to play with it. Click here, it changes, right? So that's your many-to-many relationship shown right here without any problems on your PowerApps. You can still do the filtering, so it can still act like nested grid. There's no difference. But so now I'm going to just reduce the size. What I need to do is, so I'll go to this gallery and I'll pick an icon. Sorry, I need to click here and then say add an icon. So adding this icon here, and what we're going to do is unrelated from the user. So basically you're removing a role, a security role from a user. So that's what we're going to do. So that starts with unrelate. So you click on that, it tells you entity 1 related table. So basically you need to pick gallery 3 here because that's where our users are. So gallery 3 dot selected, and then our relationship from there. So system user with double R, so that one, and then you say comma gallery 4 because that's where my security roles are. So gallery 4, and then close it. So now gallery 4 dot selected. That should be fine. And then what we'll do is we will reset this. Sorry, just reset gallery 4 so that it can kind of refresh. All right. Okay. So that's done. Let's check it. Now for better visibility, what we can quickly do is just go here, show navigation, transition, plot. All right, so we will go to Microsoft Forms Pro, and it has got these 3. We don't want it to be field service dispatchers, so we will just click. And while it's gray, that means it's performing action. While it's see, so it's gone. All right, we'll try it one more time. So just to test it, you can look at the formula on your screens right there. Basically, what we are trying to do, Unrelate is the class. So we go Unrelate the user selected here from the subgrid. So basically you're unassigning a role or removing a role or removing a security role from a user. That's all we're doing. Now we'll go to PowerApps and we've got field service administrator there. So we'll click here and remove it. Done. Okay, the second part of this is relate. So how to assign a security role or relate a security role. So obviously I'm not gonna do it from here because that's already assigned, so we can't do it again. So what I'll do is add a drop down. So click that, put it here, and in the drop down items just say security roles, because you have added it to your data sources, so it's right there, and now it will show you that. Now we need another on select item here, so that would be a button. So we'll say click, add a button, and just say assign role. Okay, so when we click on this button, it should assign the role which we have selected under this drop down. So we'll have to put that function in here, or formula in here, sorry. So starts with relate, and what are we trying to relate is the selected user, whatever we select, for which we can see roles, existing roles here, whatever we want to add would be here, and we will add it. So relate gallery 3 is my user gallery, so gallery 3 dot selected dot system user, this one, select that, comma, what do we want to relate is drop down 3, drop down 4 dot selected, and that's it. That's all we want to do, and then we'll put reset gallery 4, because that's my security role gallery. So that's it, should be all done. Okay, let's try it. So as of now, okay, let's select someone else and then go back to Kevin as a project manager. We want to make him field service admin as well, so I've selected that, click assign, and there you go. Now we'll do another one, select export customizations and click the button. So that's assigned to Kevin as well. I click on someone else, go back to Kevin, it's assigned. So that's your unrelate and relate function. Now a bonus here is one more, which is push notification. How do we do that? So we do it, let me just quickly add another button. I'll do it separately, and we will say notify someone. All right, notify user maybe. So in order to send push notifications, so you must be aware of this, you get a lot of notifications on different apps, on mobile apps. So PowerApps can also do that. And how we do it from within PowerApps is not very advanced, but I'll still show it to you. So first of all, you need to add notification. So PowerApps notification, this data serves, so I click on that and add it. Once added, what we need to do, so on select of this button, we want to send out a push notification. So we will say PowerApps notification dot send notification. It will keep on prompting you about different things. So first of all, we will do recipient. Now this is the catch here, that you basically enter recipient's email ID one by one. Now I have tried the dynamic way, like putting in a field there, but for me it wasn't not it wasn't working, but maybe there is a formula out there, but till date, I can only make this work. So I'll put in my email ID or somebody's email ID who I know is using the app. So I'll say that. Okay, if we want to add more than one, we go here, put a comma, and another this, and another abc at whatever.com, right? So we can do that too. So if we do this, now, so we've done recipient, who are we sending this notification to? Then we put a comma, and then we say the message would be, and message is like how we put text in the text box. That's how this would be. So you say new version available. All right, so that's, and then the last one, what should happen if they click on the notification? So should it open the app or not? So we will say true to that. And that's it. So we now need to close it and close it. That's it. So let me try it. And I cannot show it to you right now here, but I'll take a screenshot of my phone and try to put in the video somewhere. I'm just looking at the notification if I get it. Yes, it has arrived. All right. So that's push notification, but I've got a trick where I can send out push notifications to all the users of the app. So, but that's not from within PowerApps, it's actually from Microsoft Flow. It will take a bit longer if I start getting into that. I initially thought I'll show it to you guys, but it will take much longer to be able to explain it to you. So what I'll do a quick tip on that so you can watch it. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.